Hello YouTube, Matt here from Forensics with Matt. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys this software right here, which is AccessData FTK Imager. And this is, in short, a software that allows you to image computers and also find out what's inside images of computers. And what I'll be taking you through is the basics of it. A little bit about how to add evidence or create disk images, as well as a little bit about capturing memory. So without further ado, let's get into the video and learn more about this. Okay, by the way everybody, before we start this video, I'd like to mention my Substack page, or my blog, which is what I call it. So anyways, it's called Forensics with Matt, just like I title myself in this channel. And it is the written companion to all of this stuff that I do here on the channel. So if you like to get my stuff in your inbox before watching the videos that come out, make sure to check out this newsletter and then also subscribe to it. You can also subscribe to it, and for as little as $5 a month, you can support the channel and the blog. And money will go a long way in helping this blog and channel do bigger things, such as buy actual forensics and incident response software, or buy courses that can eventually help out with me getting more in-depth information that you guys will really enjoy. So take a look at this and let's move on into the video. Okay, welcome back to the video everyone, and right now I'll go over some of the main options here for you. So first of all, when we add evidence item, we can either add a physical drive, which is a physical disk, the whole entire thing, a logical drive, which is a part of a disk. So say if we're on a Windows system, we can add the C drive and only the C drive, or any other letters of drives. And an image file, which is something that's already has stuff inside it that was saved either from here or another software. So when we go into physical drive, we have something that looks like this. And one of the main use cases for this physical drive would be what you would find, or what you would do rather, if you what you would do if you had it as something on an external drive that you're booting from and that you're taking into a system and bringing out disks from. So for instance, if you have a platform like WinFE or the Windows Forensic environment, this is one that you would use this in. And it's awesome because you can get basically everything. And then again, if we add evidence item in logical, you can select individual sectors of the drive. So yeah, like I said, individual sectors only. And with images, you can bring in image files, such as this one that I have here, SVI. No, it's right here, users. So say something like this in the format of EO1, for instance. And that's an Xtero thing. And sure enough, you bring it in here and you can go right here and look at everything inside it. And so you can find a bunch of stuff, whatever you need inside it. We won't go over that image too much, but it's good to know that you can do that. And you can mount images, you can mount things like ISO images. And do the same thing as you did with bringing the evidence inside. If actually bringing it inside like the way I did doesn't do it for you. And then you can also create disk images from things like image files or all of these things. And you can save this to a path as well. Okay, and then after doing that, you can save it into a different image type. It may be that you have something of a different image type that you want to convert over. So if I had wanted to have something that's not in an EO1 and put it in an EO1 for easier to look at it easier in some other software, you can do that. You can make it a raw image to analyze it in tools that do raw. Do it in smart format or the AFF format right here. But one of the things that I like about doing things like EO1 format is that you can have it go into multiple chunks. And EO1 specifically goes into or is made for going into multiple chunks. So EO1, it starts at EO1 and can go to E as many as you want. So on another machine, I had one that had like 25 of them, and it was like a 50 gigabyte file that I put into a certain amount of chunks. But so it went E1, EO1, EO2, EO3, all the way up to E25. So you would name the image and so you would go all the way up to here and find the image that you wanted and then name the, or you can drop it into a destination folder like document. I put it into my documents here and SVI. It doesn't really matter the name of it, but I can put it to any name in any location. And I can save it. And you see here that it has a hash and everything. It has all the hashing and it makes sure that things are all in the right place and all copied over correctly, and it did create the image successfully within 2 seconds. So that was fast since it was a small one. And now one of the things that you can also do is take a memory dump. But be aware that this may not work. I haven't done too much research into this yet, but one of the things that I notice is that, at least testing it on a couple Windows computers that I own, is that it blue screens the computer, so be careful with that if you're trying to if you're trying to capture memory from it. So let's say something like you just put it under downloads. So you can also make this so it could not start the driver on this virtual machine, and it could not record it on my Windows either, because on my actual physical Windows either, because it blue screened. So I'll do some more research into that and come to you with an aside, or put it in another video that I make about this, in order to tell you exactly what it is that I had to do right to get it to capture memory. And so you can also export logical images from this into AD1 format, and you can do some other things like obtain protected files or export different files. So for instance, if I want to export this file, I can export this to my documents folder on this, for instance, and it would have in documents. Actually, let me just go to that and show you. So under users, this one, documents. So it has the full file drive table, and you can use that in a forensically sound way, however you need. Or you can open that with whatever software that you need and use it in a case for whatever you need to use it for. So you can also export the hashes from this from here. So and that is useful for verification purposes. So when it comes to doing that, hashes.csv, we open hashes.csv in Notepad, for instance. And if I had Microsoft Office Excel on this one, it would show this in row column version. And yeah, that would be awesome. And before I go with this, you'll notice that there's hex view here for files that are not able to be opened. And with this hex view, you can always view all of the things that you need, or all of the things that are in the file that can't be opened by a certain type of thing from this thing, and probably parse out something is easier. Let's see. So, okay. So like say for instance in an FTK master file table you can find all the properties of this Windows master file table and parse out certain things from it that you would need. Microsoft Edition. And this is in the Windows image where all of the stuff lives, so you have things like program data from SSH maybe. Microsoft evidence and access, nothing. Let's see. Lockdown, nothing. So yeah, basically with this hex view down here you can find all of the things that you might need to find within the file. And if you have pictures, you can even view the pictures, and other files can be viewed here too. So with that being said, I think that's enough for me for today. And this has been Matt talking about Xtero's FTK Imager software, and I hope that you can use this on your own and discover more features of it for yourself, and also discover what's helpful for you. And if you do that, I hope this video was very valuable for you to learn about the software and a little bit of how to use it. And if it was, please click like and subscribe and support the channel in whatever way you can. And with that out of the way, this has been Matt from Matt Forensics with Matt, and until next time, Matt out. Thank you for watching.